How does a giraffe sleep with that long neck? The secret of giraffes. Hey kids, have you ever wondered how a giraffe, yes, that super tall, long-necked animal, actually sleeps? I mean, with a neck that long, lying down must be pretty tricky, right? And can they even rest properly without falling over? Well, today, we're diving into the sleepy secrets of giraffes. Get ready for some mind-blowing giraffe facts. 1. Do giraffes even sleep? First things first, do giraffes even sleep like we do? Well, not really. Unlike humans, who need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, giraffes are the ultimate power nappers. Fun fact, giraffes sleep for only 30 minutes to 2 hours per day. Yep, that's all. That makes them one of the least sleeping mammals on the planet. 2. How do they sleep standing up? Most of the time, giraffes sleep while standing up. Why? Because in the wild, there are lots of predators like lions that would love to turn a sleeping giraffe into a snack. So they stay on their feet to be ready to run if danger shows up. Survival fact: if a giraffe lays down and a lion attacks, it takes too long for them to get back up. That's why they prefer to stay upright and take super short naps. 3. Can giraffes sleep lying down? Okay, but do they ever lie down? Actually, yes. Sometimes when they feel really safe, giraffes will curl up on the ground, fold their legs, and even rest their heads on their backs. Crazy fact: baby giraffes sleep curled up like this more often because their moms keep watch for danger. And guess what? When they do lie down, their necks look super funny because they have to twist them into a comfy position. 4. How do they stay awake? Since giraffes don't sleep much, how do they keep their energy up? Well, their bodies are designed for quick rest. Even a few minutes of sleep recharges them. Bonus fact: instead of sleeping, giraffes spend most of their time eating. They can munch on leaves for up to 16-20 hours a day. Imagine snacking all day long instead of sleeping. Final thoughts: giraffes equals sleep ninjas. So, now you know why giraffes are sleep champions. Sleep time? Just 2 hours a day. Standing naps? Yes, to stay safe from predators. Lying down? Sometimes, but only when they feel safe. Always eating? Yep, because food equals energy. What do you think? Would you like to sleep as little as a giraffe, or do you love your cozy bed too much? Are ants the strongest animals in the world? Mind-blowing facts. Have you ever seen a tiny ant carrying something way bigger than itself, like a huge leaf, a piece of food, or even another insect? It's crazy, right? But did you know that ants might actually be the strongest animals in the world? Yep, these little bugs are superheroes of the insect world. Let's dive into some ant-astic facts and find out what makes them so powerful. 1. How strong are ants? Okay, let's talk strength. If humans had the same strength as ants, we could lift a car over our heads like it's nothing. Sounds impossible? Well, for ants, it's just a normal day. Fun fact: ants can carry up to 50 times their own body weight. That's like a kid lifting an elephant. 2. Why are ants so strong? So, what's their secret? Why are they so strong compared to their tiny size? Here's the trick: super small equals super strong. Since ants are tiny, their muscles take up more of their body weight than in larger animals. That means their muscles are way more powerful for their size. It's like having a superhero-level gym body in a tiny form. Teamwork bonus. Not only are they strong individually, but they also work together. If one ant can't lift something alone, an entire team of ants will join in and carry it as a squad. Talk about teamwork goals. 3. The ultimate bodybuilders of nature. Ants are nature's tiny weightlifters. Their strength helps them with all sorts of things: carrying food back to their nest, building tunnels and homes, fighting off enemies, even bigger insects, saving their ant friends if they're stuck. Crazy fact: some ants even catapult themselves by pushing off the ground super hard with their jaws. Imagine using your teeth to jump away from danger. 4. Are ants really the strongest animals? Okay, so ants are super strong for their size, but does that make them the strongest animals on Earth? Well, if we're talking about raw power, big animals like elephants or gorillas can lift way more weight. But if we compare strength to body size, then yes, ants are one of the strongest creatures in the world. Other strong animals, dung beetles, can pull 1,000 times their weight. Gorillas can lift over 10 times their weight. Elephants can carry hundreds of kilograms with their trunks. So while ants aren't the strongest in absolute power, they're definitely champions when it comes to strength for their size. Final thoughts. Ants is tiny but mighty. So now you know why ants are so crazy strong. They can carry 50x their weight. They have super muscles for their tiny size. They work together as a team. They're some of the strongest animals compared to body size. What do you think? Would you like to have ant super strength for a day?
Why don't polar bears freeze? The secret of their strange fur. Have you ever wondered how polar bears survive in the freezing Arctic while we start shivering just from a little cold breeze? I mean, imagine walking around in minus 40 degrees Celsius or minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit without a coat, gloves, or even shoes. Sounds impossible, right? But for polar bears, it's just another chill day. So, what's their secret? Let's dive into the coolest facts about these amazing white giants. 1. The mystery of the magic fur. At first glance, polar bears look like they have fluffy white fur, but guess what? Their fur isn't actually white. Fun fact: polar bear fur is actually transparent. Each hair is hollow and acts like a tiny light trap, reflecting sunlight and making them look white. It's like nature's own invisibility cloak for the snowy Arctic. 2. The ultimate winter jacket. So, how does their fur keep them warm? Well, polar bear fur works like a super thick winter jacket, trapping heat inside and keeping the cold out. Why it works: 2 layers of fur. A soft, warm undercoat plus a long outer layer equals extra insulation. Hollow hairs. Their fur captures heat from the sun and keeps them toasty warm. Waterproof. Their outer fur repels water, so they don't get soaked in freezing temperatures. Cool fact: polar bear fur is so good at trapping heat that even infrared cameras, which detect heat, can't see them. It's like they're wearing invisible heat-proof armor. 3-black skin equals solar panel. Now here's something really wild. Polar bears don't just rely on fur. Beneath all that fluff, their skin is actually black. Why? Because black absorbs more heat from the sun than white. Their fur lets sunlight pass through, and their black skin soaks up the warmth like a built-in solar panel. Mind-blowing fact: if you shaved a polar bear, it would look completely black instead of white. 4. A fat layer equals built-in blanket. Okay, fur and black skin are cool, but there's one more secret weapon: blubber. Blubber is a thick layer of fat under their skin that acts like a natural sleeping bag. It keeps them warm even in icy water when they go swimming. Did you know? A polar bear's fat layer can be up to 10 centimeters, 4 inches, thick. That's thicker than a mattress. 5. Are polar bears too warm? Believe it or not, polar bears don't just struggle with the cold. Sometimes they get too hot. Since they're built for extreme cold, running or playing too much can actually overheat them. That's why they roll around in the snow to cool off, pant like dogs to release heat. Swim in icy water for a quick cool down. Funny fact: polar bears sometimes even overheat while walking because their fur and fat are that good at keeping them warm. Final thoughts: polar bears equals Arctic survival experts. So now you know why polar bears never freeze. Transparent fur that looks white, black skin that absorbs heat, thick blubber for extra warmth, waterproof fur to stay dry. What do you think? Would you like to have polar bear fur to stay warm in winter? Do elephants really have a strong memory? How do they remember everything? Have you ever heard the phrase, an elephant never forgets? But is that really true? Do elephants actually have super brains that remember everything forever? Or is it just a myth? Well, today, we're diving deep into the amazing world of elephant memory to find out just how smart these gentle giants really are. Let's go. 1. How smart are elephants? Okay, first things first. Elephants are crazy smart. Like they're one of the smartest animals on the planet. Their brains are the biggest of any land animal, weighing around 5 kilograms, 11 pounds. That's 3 times heavier than a human brain. Fun fact: elephants can recognize themselves in a mirror. Only a few animals, like dolphins and great apes, can do that. 2. Can elephants remember people? Yep, they totally can. Elephants can remember faces for years, even decades. That means if an elephant sees you today and then meets you again after 10 years, it'll still recognize you. True story. There have been cases where elephants remembered their old caretakers after 20 plus years. Imagine meeting an elephant as a kid and then seeing it again as an adult, and it still remembers you. 3. How do they remember everything? Elephants don't just remember faces, they also remember places, water sources, and even danger zones. In the wild, they use their memory to find hidden water holes during dry seasons, remember safe migration paths, recognize dangerous areas where hunters or predators might be. Did you know? Scientists believe that elephants pass down their knowledge to younger ones, so the herd always knows where to go, even after many years. 4. Can elephants hold a grudge? Uh-oh. Here's where it gets interesting. Elephants are so smart that they remember who was nice to them and who wasn't. If someone hurts or scares an elephant, it might hold a grudge for years. Crazy elephant. Fact: in some villages, elephants have been seen getting revenge on people who harmed them or their herd, even after a long time. But don't worry, if you treat an elephant with kindness, it'll remember you as a friend forever. 5 elephants can even mourn their loved ones. This part is really touching. Elephants don't just remember things, they also feel emotions deeply. When an elephant loses a family member, it often stays by the body for a long time, gently touches the bones with its trunk, makes sad trumpet sounds. Did you know? Elephants have been seen revisiting the place where a loved one passed away, even years later. It's like they're paying their respects. Conclusion: do elephants really never forget? Yes. Elephants have one of the best memories in the animal kingdom. Their super brains help them remember faces, places, dangers, and even emotions for years. Big brain elephant facts: they recognize people even after decades. They never forget where water is. They can hold grudges or remember kindness. They mourn and remember lost family members. So what do you think? Would you want a memory as strong as an elephant's? The bat, a flying mammal? Why does it only fly at night? Have you ever seen a bat flying around at night and thought, wait, is that a bird? Well, guess what? Bats aren't birds at all. They're actually mammals just like us. Yep, they have fur, they give birth to live babies, no eggs here, and they even feed their little ones with milk. But here's the real mystery. Why do bats only come out at night? Are they afraid of the sun? Are they secret night ninjas? Let's flap into the world of bats and find out. 1. Are bats really mammals? But they have wings. Bats might look like birds when they fly, but they're actually the only mammals in the world that can truly fly. That's right. Other animals like flying squirrels can only glide, but bats flap their wings and take off just like a plane. Weird bat fact: their wings are actually stretched out hands with super thin skin. Imagine if your fingers were really, really long and you had webbing between them. Yep, that's basically a bat's wing. 2. Why do bats fly at night? Alright, here's the big question. Why do bats only come out when it's dark? The answer is pretty cool. Reason number 1, fewer predators. Flying at night helps bats stay safe from enemies like hawks and eagles. If they flew during the day, they'd be easy targets for hungry birds of prey. Reason number 2, less competition for food. Most birds hunt insects during the day, but bats wait until night so they don't have to fight for food. Smart, right? They have the whole bug buffet to themselves. Reason number 3, special night vision and super hearing. Bats don't need daylight because they have a secret power called echolocation. Instead of using their eyes, they make high-pitched sounds that bounce off objects, helping them see in the dark. It's like having built-in night vision goggles. Cool fact, some bats can even hear a mosquito's wings flapping from far away. That's like hearing a tiny whisper from across a football field. 3. What do bats eat? Are they all blood-sucking vampires? Uh-oh. When people think about bats, they often imagine scary vampire bats drinking blood. But here's the truth. Most bats don't drink blood at all. Only 3 out of more than 1,400 species of bats actually drink blood, and even they usually prefer farm animals, not humans. So what do most bats eat? Some eat fruit. They love bananas, mangoes, and figs. Some eat insects. They're nature's pest control. Some even drink nectar, like tiny flying hummingbirds. Fun bat. Fact, a single bat can eat up to 1,000 mosquitoes in just 1 hour. That's like eating a giant bowl of popcorn every minute. 4. Are bats dangerous? Should we be afraid? Nope. Bats are actually super helpful and not dangerous to humans, as long as you leave them alone. They help the environment by eating tons of bugs, keeping nature balanced, pollinating flowers just like bees, spreading seeds to grow new plants and trees. So next time you see a bat flying around at night, don't be scared. It's probably just out for a late night snack. Final thoughts. Bats are pretty awesome, so now you know, the bat is a mammal, not a bird. It flies at night to stay safe and find food. And it has super cool echolocation powers that help it see in total darkness. What do you think? Would you want bat powers to fly and see in the dark? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing animal facts.